friends, and welcome to another travel journal with me. Today we will be journaling about my recent day trip to Calke Abbey, which you just saw, and it was just a really fun day exploring and having a look around someone's house. Nobody lives there now, but it felt like somebody did, and it was just really intriguing walking through all the hallways, seeing all the huge old doors. And the reason why we want to visit this specific place is because on that picture there with all the gold photo frames and paintings, our lounge is painted the exact same green as that because the paint is based off of this place. So it's called Calke Abbey Green and it's really pretty. So that's another reason why I wanted to visit, because I really wanted to see the green in their room and kind of just see what it looked like, the original one, because obviously that is the original paint. And yeah, it was really interesting to see it. Obviously my lounge doesn't look as grand as that one, but it definitely gave me some inspiration as to the kind of vibe that I was going for with the green. So the first thing that we did was have a look around the manor, or abbey, whatever you want to call it, and essentially the people that used to own it, obviously many years ago, they were like huge collectors. So they've got massive collections in every single room of just various different things. Apparently each family member would collect different things. So there was a lot of taxidermy, especially birds. So they were kind of everywhere. And then there was also things like rocks and shells and crystals. My favourite parts of the house was definitely the library. So you probably saw them in the clips. There was actually 2 libraries in the house and they were just really cozy, and unfortunately you couldn't look through all the books, but I would have really loved to have had a look because they were all just like nature books or huge maps about the world. So yeah, they were definitely books that I would have loved to have a little nosy through, but obviously they're very old, so they don't want people to go through them and then break them. I always find going and visiting places like this really interesting. I really like looking at just old trinkets and things that people collect. And it always makes me wonder what will happen to like the things that I collect in the future. Obviously, I will not have a huge house that people are gonna have tours of, but it's just intriguing to think about those things in the future. So for the spread, I had a lot of photos that I wanted to include in the travel journal, but I didn't necessarily want to print them all out on my Instax this time, so I only printed one, which was the main picture of the Abbey, and then all the other pictures that I printed, I just printed on my regular printer. For the decoration of this spread, I really wanted to go with like the vintage theme and really emphasize that, so I just kind of collected different bits of my stationery collection, anything vintagey. And if you've been watching my other videos, I'm currently on a stationery ban for like maybe until the end of July or the start of August, essentially whenever my favorite sticker shop does their next shop update. So that is what the plan is currently, because as I said previously, I do have loads of stationery already and I just forget that I even have it or like what I even own. So it's been kind of interesting rediscovering things that I forgot I had actually purchased in the past. So I have been using up a load of stuff, and I did also do a little de-stash recently, so that helped to kind of sort out the collection a little bit. If you haven't already, you should definitely watch my journal flip through as well, because this journal is getting filled up pretty quickly too. It's kind of amazing me how quickly I'm getting through my journals at the moment, I think it's because I've been doing a lot more like daily journaling, and now that I'm reading a lot more, it means that I've also got reading spreads to make, and it's just been fun making whatever I want to make and not really putting like that much pressure on myself. I felt like very inspired recently, and I've definitely just wanted to journal like non-stop at the moment. So it's taken up a lot of my time, but I'm really happy that it is, because obviously it's something that I really enjoy, and it's been extra fun journaling whilst also having my audiobook on, so that has been really nice too. So I hope you did enjoy seeing all the clips from my day trip. If you obviously live in the UK, this is in Derbyshire, so if you're around that area, maybe go and visit there. One of you guys actually recommended that I go visit. I already was thinking of going to visit because of the whole paint situation, but then I got a PO box letter and someone said that I would like it here. And then that reminded me that I wanted to go because I'd kind of forgotten about it. This was the first spread, all about the inside of the manor and all the vintage vibes. And then the next spread, I decided to focus on the outdoor area. So they had a really nice gardens. Unfortunately, I couldn't share more footage with you. I recorded a lot more whilst I was there, but the issue was that it was a really overcast day and the manor was pretty dark inside, so the light was just terrible. It was either like really washed out and really bright or really dark and you couldn't see anything. And it was kind of the same outside too, so I did my best to get as much good footage as I could for you guys, but yeah, it just wasn't the best weather for recording. But either way, the outside was still so beautiful, and there was way more like greenhouses to explore than I thought. It was obviously a little bit run down because nobody lives there, it's just for people to go and look round. So the actual like buildings or the conservatories were quite run down, but the plants were pretty good. So there was like one that just had lots of indoor plants, and then there was another one that had all fruit trees in it. But yeah, it was really fun to go and explore all of those. There was also a huge allotment too. It was making me think, like, what do they actually use those vegetables for? Because maybe they use them for the cafe, because there was also a cafe where we went and got some food as well. So maybe they grow all the stuff for that. And there was this one cat that just appeared out of nowhere. He just like shot out of this bush, like really wanting some fuss. And then when I tried to stroke it, it just kept like running away, but then it comes straight back and starts showing off and rolling around on the floor. So I was like, what do you want from me? So I didn't really give it that much of a fuss. I just kind of watched it rolling around in the mud from afar, but that was a nice little addition. I always appreciate a cat anywhere I go. For this spread, I used some green paper, used some just different bits of ephemera that I had from different people really, and I had these washi samples too, which felt like they would really go with the kind of green I was going for. So I just played around with the composition, and I did quite a similar one to the last spread, but then on this one I didn't want to do as much writing because I had done most of my writing on the previous spread. So this one was mainly just to kind of document the gardens and the outdoors area of the Abbey. I also forgot to mention, if you are new here, then welcome. My name is Lizzie. I do a lot of journal content and other crafty things, and travel journal videos are one of my favorites to make, so I do make them quite a lot. I don't always have to go on like a big trip, so this one was just like a day trip down the road from me. Well, not down the road, it was like an hour away. But yeah, I will make a travel video out of anything that I can, because it's just an excuse for me to romanticize my life and just have a little video diary of the day. And then I also get to make a fun spread and get to keep that forever as well. So it's just a really nice way for me to memory keep, and I like sharing these videos with you guys, and I think you guys enjoy watching me make them and enjoy seeing what I get up to. I had this girl sticker which has been in my sticker release book for quite a while. I got her from a pet tape sample, and I felt like she would go with the like Regency kind of theme, because it's not like, the inside of the house was pretty run down. Like there was some areas where the wallpaper was like hanging off the ceiling, but yeah, it was just kind of crazy to think that some people just literally lived in these like massive houses, had like no responsibilities really, and they just spent every day just enjoying their hobbies. And it just seems like a really nice life to lead, to be honest. I was walking around like just thinking, oh, imagine just being able to not have any worries about anything and just enjoy your life day to day, enjoying your hobbies. And that is essentially what I would love to do, and I think everyone would obviously love to do that. That would be the dream. But yeah, it was just something I was thinking about when I was walking around. I was like, damn, these people were so lucky. Afterwards, I just kind of flicked through my sticker release book just to see if there were any smaller stickers that I could add to the spread as some extra decoration. And I found these stickers that I totally forgot that I had, because I was looking through all my old stationery. And these are actually really pretty, and they go really nicely on the paper, and they're not too bright, and they're kind of like a cottagecore theme. So I just added these over the little collaged areas just to add a little bit more. As I said, I wasn't planning on doing much writing on this spread, so it didn't matter too much if I didn't leave too much space. Luckily as well, my green ink was still in my Ferris wheel press pen, so it meant that the ink went with the theme too. And that is the finished second spread. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed joining me create these spreads. If you are not already subscribed, then you definitely should do, because then you won't miss any of my future journal videos, and it's just nice to have somebody else in the community. So yeah, you should definitely come and join. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, you should also do that, because I post a lot of challenges and journal prompts. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.